I've been getting asked to drop this build for over a month. It's the unanimous best all-around build in the entire game. It abuses defenders in the mid-range and has people questioning whether I'm using a Zen. It's unfair, making smothered layup after smothered layup in the paint. It even snaps ankles like it has a 99 ball handle. Seriously, this happens every single game. And it shoots from the farthest part of the court on the regular. This build is so unreal, it has me going for trick shots on mascots. It even shoves people out of bounds. And of course, it's insane on defense, getting blocks and steals and turning around to make the most difficult layups possible. Sorry to everyone for dropping this build. I might be breaking the game. If you guys like sports as much as I do, you gotta get on Underdog Fantasy. If you sign up right now using code SOLO, you will get this Russell Wilson half-a-yard pick for this Sunday's game. Or if you sign up for the Monday game, you'll get this half-a-yard Mahomes pick. Or if you guys are seeing this video way down the line, you're gonna get a special pick. I'm not sure which player it's gonna be, but just make sure you sign up using code SOLO, which will also double your first deposit. So if you deposit 10, you'll get 20 on the app. And all Underdog Fantasy is higher or lower on your favorite player's player stat. You guys can see right here, I have 5 picks set out, and you guys can tell they're different sports. Underdog Fantasy pretty much has every sport from football to basketball to soccer all the way to racing. You guys can see, and 5 correct picks will 20x your money, so $10 will turn to $200. It's not called Underdog Fantasy for no reason. They also have a ton of different fantasy drafts, as you guys can see on the screen right here, and a majority of these aren't season long. So if you just want to draft for, say, one NFL week or one night of basketball, you can do that. Don't miss out on these special offers. Once again, make sure to sign up using code SOLO. What's up, guys? It's Solo back with another video. Now today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make the best all-around build in the entire game. And enough with the talking. In this video I'm going straight into it. So the first thing you guys are gonna see, if you have the rebirth quest done, you guys can start out at a 90. No, it doesn't put you right at a 90, and it unlocks your attributes up to a 90 instead of an 85. You can upgrade straight up to a 90 right away. And you also start with silver badges instead of bronze badges. For you new guys, yes, you have unlimited rebirth, so of course you're gonna click yes on this screen. If you guys don't have that quest done, just look at your quest, go to rebirth. You just gotta like talk to Ronnie in the city, and you also have to have another build that's already a 90 overall. Right here we got 3 options. Of course, we got the community builds, where if you know, I go ahead and click continue, you guys can see I got my own build in the game. I am the point guard build that they put in the game. You guys can see the shooting guard, small forward, all that doesn't matter, but I just have to give a quick shout out to 2K for putting my build in the game. However, that build is more of a beginner build. I feel like this build right here, this is for the real sweats. Although both builds are good, I think y'all are gonna like this one a little bit more. So we are gonna of course create our own. Handedness doesn't matter. Well, it kind of does. It's personal preference. I go with the righty though. If you want to go with left, you can do that. I go with the righty, and jersey number, pick whatever you want. Of course, if you guys haven't, make sure to press the subscribe button, sub up. A lot of y'all have probably seen my videos before, but you haven't been subbed. In fact, most people aren't actually subbed to me, so make sure you're subbed. It'll help out a lot. And if you guys want to make a build that can guard 1 through 5 and score on anybody, then this is the build for you. So no, we are not going to be making a short 6'1" point guard, because obviously that can't guard everybody. We're also not going to be making like a 7-foot power forward, because we're not going to be able to keep up with those short guards. For the position, we are going to pick point guard. Position does not matter a lot. It really doesn't affect the badges or the attributes. It just kind of changes where you line up when you're playing My Career or say Pro-Am or Rec or stuff like that, but it does not change the attributes. What does change the attributes are the height, weight, and wingspan. So we're going to want to create an all-around build. So the heights that we're going to look at is 6'5" up to about 6'8", or if you go over to shooting guard, you could even look at some 6'9" build. But the height that I decided was best for me is going to be 6'6". I have a 6'7" build. Some of you guys may have seen it from earlier on in the year. However, these 6'7s and 6'8" builds, also if you guys have a 6'8" build, you cannot get gold speed boost, which is very important. With a 6'6", you can get that. If you guys don't know, that's one of the most important dribbling badges in the game, and this is the tallest height you can go where you can still get that badge. For the weight of this build, we're going to go ahead and put on 189 pounds, and for the wingspan, we're going to go 1 up from default. We're going to go to 7 foot on the wingspan, and a big reason for this is because obviously we want to be good at defense, and on most of my builds I go max wingspan because I want to be the best possible at defense. But with this one, we're only going a little bit up on the wingspan because I want to get that mid-range shot to a 92. That is a key attribute that I'm going to be going for, and as you guys can see, if I go up on the wingspan even more, that mid-range and even my 3-point shot drops a little bit too much for me and the badges that I'm trying to get on this build. Now we got the most important part of the video. We got the attribute screen, and just so you guys know, I've never done this in any video before, but when I'm mentioning, say, my dunk, I'm going to tell you what dunks you should equip. And when I'm upgrading my 3-point shot and my jump shots, I'm going to tell you what shot I use and what dribble pull up. And also for my ball handle, I'm going to mention some of my dribble moves. So I wouldn't just skip to the end because all of this really matters. Let's start off with one of the most important attributes in the game. That's of course going to be 3-point shot. We're going to put this up to almost maxed out goes to 87, but we're going to stop it at 86. When you guys go from 84 to 85, you get limitless range on bronze, as you guys can see on the right side. And then if we go to 86, agent 3 is going to turn to silver, as you guys can see right there. And with an 86 3-point shot, we are going to be knocking down, you know, enough threes. Like, we don't have Hall of Fame badges because, to be honest, this year, if you want all Hall of Fame shooting badges, you got to put so much into your shooting. But we are actually going to get some better badges because with this build, we are going to be going crazy in the mid-range. We're going to be exploiting one of the most broken shots in the entire game, and that is going to be the mid-range shot. I love mid-range fading on this build, and as I mentioned earlier, we're putting our mid-range to a 92 mid-range. Now you all can see the badges. We got gold blinders, gold deadeye, gold catch and shoot, gold gray machine, gold space crater, which is actually a pretty good badge. And we got a few Hall of Fame badges, of course. Hall of Fame midi magician. This badge is gonna go absolutely crazy, and that's actually like a little cheat code to get a lot of shooting badges, bro, is upgrading your mid-range shot. A lot of people think you gotta get it through upgrading your 3-point. Nah, mid-range is low-key a cheat code. And also for getting jump shot bases, mid-range also affects jump shot bases, so we're gonna get a lot of different jump shots. I said I'm gonna mention the animations that I use. So for my fade, everyone always asks me when I'm streaming, when I'm posting videos with this build, the dribble pull-up y'all want to put on is Pro 2 dribble pull-up. This is my favorite fade. It is my favorite dribble pull-up in the game. It's absolutely chicken. And the jumper that I've been using on this build is base JT Thor with both releases Oscar Robertson. Our free throw is gonna stay to 67, and I use Michael Jordan free throw on this build. Next up, let's go to the ball handle, and we're gonna put our ball handle up to a 92 ball handle, which will allow us to unlock pretty much every single dribble move in the entire game, especially for a 6'6" player. You know, if you go 6'4" or under, you can get a few dribble moves that I think at 95 ball handle, but when you hit that 6'5" and up threshold, like we're a 6'6", I'm pretty sure we can get pretty much every dribble move in the entire game for these type of builds. And the most important dribble move that y'all are going to want to put on is your dribble style. Make sure this is Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson mixed with the Pro 2 midi fades. Oh my god. If you need more help with this, I'll put a link to the dribble moves video, my dribble tutorial, in the description, because y'all gotta get this down, bro. The Magic Johnson dribble style is crazy when you go left, right. Like, it's not even the toughest move to do. I'm telling y'all gotta get that down because you can score pretty much every single play. NBA 2K Lab ran a test, and they found out that a 63 pass accuracy is actually very similar to, I believe it was like an 87 pass accuracy or something really high. We're gonna go from a 62 pass accuracy up to this 63 and kind of meet that nice threshold. 63 pass accuracy is that nice sweet spot where you're not going too crazy on it, but it still is pretty solid. With our speed with ball, a lot of people like to go up to an 83 because you get gold speed booster and that's all you got to do. But what I did is I went all the way up to a maxed out speed with ball. I went to an 86. Now, a big reason why I did this is because there was a huge debate that broke out around the 2K community a few months ago where a lot of people were saying acceleration actually doesn't matter that much. We thought acceleration had to do a lot with our first step when we're dribbling. Turns out it really doesn't. And what does matter is our speed with the ball. So I have that maxed out, and let's just go ahead and do our speed and our excel right now. We're gonna go 87 speed with a 73 excel. That gives us silver blow by. You know, if you go 87 speed but you don't touch the excel, it's at a 72, as you guys can see. Nah, you guys see the badge in the top right? You want to go with a 73 because silver blow by actually is pretty glitchy. And for those of y'all that are questioning the 73 excel, or maybe you're new to 2K, or this is the first build video you're watching this year, trust me, 73 acceleration is fine. I've been playing the game for years. I've been making builds for years. I wouldn't lie to y'all. You really don't feel a difference. Like, whether you have an 85 excel or a 73, it's pretty much the same, bro. Also, now that we got our speed up, you guys can see we have gold speed booster unlocked. This badge is gonna go crazy. It's one of the best dribbling badges in the entire game. We also have unpluckable on gold, although I think it could use a slight buff. I feel like they've touched it a little bit, but still, steals go a little crazy. It feels like unpluckable could be better. Now let's move on to the defense. Like I've said, this build abuses the most broken things in the entire game. And as I was just talking about unpluckable, now we got to talk about steal. We are going to have a 91 steal on this build. Oh my god, look at the steal badge on the right side of the screen. Gold glove, gold interceptor, and gold right stick ripper. I'm not gonna lie, you can get away with an 85 steal. Like, you get crazy plucks with even just a silver glove. But if you go 91 steal and you get that gold glove, like, I literally get so many steals with this build. You don't even have to be good at the game. You can just walk up to the guy dribbling in your face and just click X or whatever square if you're on PlayStation, and you're gonna get a steal. Now that we know how the game works, you know what I'm saying? The game's been out for 2 to 3 months. We know what the most broken things are. We are going to capitalize on that. Steal is pretty broken, and also mid-range fading is pretty broken. So we're making a build that has a really high mid-range shot, as you guys can see, 92 mid-range and a 91 steal. For perimeter defense, we're gonna go with a 75 steal, which gives us a bunch of bronze badges. You guys can see we don't have bronze clamps, but we will get that once we upgrade our strength. Let's go ahead and do that right now. We're gonna put our strength up to a 45, which of course gives us that bronze clamps. And y'all may be thinking, bro, Solo, you gotta have a higher perimeter defense. And what I will say to y'all is you either go 75 or you go 85 for your perimeter defense. 85 is a little bit too expensive. We do have the wingspan to make up for it. Like, it's not like we have minimum wingspan with like no perimeter D. No, we got a solid wingspan in this build, and the perimeter defense is solid. I really don't see any problems with it, and our steal is crazy. Like, that's the main thing y'all want when it comes to defense this year. Steal is the absolute main thing y'all are gonna want to look at. I'm telling y'all right now, bro, steal over perimeter defense every single day of the week. Next up, we're gonna put our block up to a 68, which is near max. So we're gonna bring this down actually to a 68 right there. The reason we're doing that is because we're gonna get chase down artist on bronze, as you guys can see on the right side of the screen, but we have to up our vertical up to a 60, and then there it is, bang, we have bronze chase down artist. And as y'all probably saw in the intro, if you watch some of those clips, I got chase downs and of course steals. Like, bro, it's, I feel like I don't even gotta tell y'all or show y'all, like, if you make this build an upgrade, like, you're gonna see how crazy it goes defensively. Next up, let me upgrade my stamina, because this is a no-brainer. Put this at a 99. It's such a cheap attribute, and stamina matters a lot. You guys can see on the right side of the screen, we get gold handles for days. Staying with the defense, we're gonna put our interior defense up to a 56 on this build. And now we're a 95 out of 99 overall, and all we have left to do is our finishing. As y'all saw in the intro, this build goes crazy with the finishing, especially the layup. Y'all definitely want to have the layup meter on this year, because it allows you to green some crazy layups once you get the timing down. It's really not that hard either. We are going to put our driving layup up to an 80 driving layup, which, as you guys can see, we get slithery on silver, we get gold giant slayer, we get gold float game, gold scooper. This badge goes crazy, bro. If y'all don't know how to do scooper layups, I'm telling y'all, bro, when you make this build, you got to learn how to do them. Then we're going to put our close shot up to a 71 close shot, which allows us to get fast twitch on bronze. This badge speeds up standing layups or dunks around the rim. And this is the cheese, bro. A lot of people don't know that you could get it by upgrading your close shot. You guys can see it says either upgrade close shot or standing dunk. A lot of people will upgrade their standing dunk to try to get this badge, but as long as you have your close shot decently high, you get this badge, and it helps your standing dunks a lot. Like, bro, for this build, we're only going to put a 45 standing dunk, which I literally stress on every single one of my build videos. If you guys don't have a 45 standing dunk, then you're missing out, because it's literally a free upgrade, because it's just so cheap. Like 45, like that's nothing, you know what I'm saying, in the grand scheme of things. But with a 45 standing dunk, y'all want to go into your dunk animations and make sure you equip the regular standing dunks, both the one hand and two hand under the basket dunk packages, because a 45 standing dunk attribute is all it takes in order to get the standing dunk animation. And with that 71 close shot unlocking fast twitch, we're gonna be going crazy. I'm telling y'all, you don't gotta do any more than a 45. Also, for the driving layup, make sure y'all put on Ben Simmons layup style. I believe you need an 80 driver layup to get it, and bro, I'd be going crazy with this layup package. Now for the driving dunk, this is, in my opinion, one of the most controversial attributes on the entire game. I'm saying, Solo, how can an attribute be controversial? Because some people only put this at like a 36. Like, I'm sure y'all have seen some build videos where people put this at a 36. Some people put it at like a 50. Some people put it at a 60. Some people put it at like a 94. Like, they put it mad high. My take on driving dunk is that if you put it mad high, it forces you to take bad shots. You start to try and like dunk on people, just take contested smothered takes. That's not how I want to play with my builds. I want to be able to hit, you know, some occasional contested dunks, but just I want to be able to make my dunks when they're open. And so I'm going to be going with a 50 driving dunk on this build. Another thing is, I think dunking isn't that overpowered hard in this 2K. Like, we've had 2Ks where you can just go in and dunk on anybody. This is not one of those 2Ks. Unless they update the game, like, it's just not one of those 2Ks. So I don't think you need a mad high driving dunk this year. The dunks that I equipped, so make sure y'all put these on, is gonna be 1 foot basic one-handers off 1 and 2 feet. And also you guys can use rim grazers off 1 foot, but I don't have that equipped. Now we're a 98 out of 99 overall, and y'all are probably saying, oh, what's he gonna do? Upgrade his free throw? Like, he's got a few attributes left over. Nah, this is the best all-around build in the game. And I've also mentioned this in past build videos. Post control, bro. This is one of the most cheap attributes you could upgrade, and it also gives you crazy badges. So we're gonna go ahead and I think max this out. We're gonna put this up to a 90 post control, and you can see we get Hall of Fame Dream Shake, Gold Drop Stepper, Silver Hook Specialist, Hall of Fame Post Fade Phenom, and Hall of Fame Post Spin Technician. This is the best build in the entire game. If y'all skip to this part of the video, make sure to sub up. I put in the work. I found out the best attributes, the best badge combination that you could get on one build, and I did it for y'all. So sub up, drop a like, and let me know in the comments, what are the flaws with this build? Maybe y'all could say the finishing, but to be honest, bro, I be going crazy with the finishing. And if y'all want the animations for this build, you know, the dribble moves, the jump shot, the layups, I mentioned it when I was upgrading each of them. So when I was upgrading my 3-point shot, I mentioned the jump shot. When I was upgrading my layup, I mentioned what layup package I used. And now it's time to see what shades we get on this build, and also what's going to be the build name, because I know a lot of y'all care about that. We got Mavs, Pacers, and Suns, shades of Derek Harper, Tyrese Halliburton, and Devin Booker, and it's going to say that we have built a shot creating 3-level threat. I think this is a pretty good build name. You know, you see a lot of 3-point shot hunters, you see a lot of just basic names. This kind of has it all. I don't really care too much about build names, but this one's kind of sick. I just want a good build at the end of the day. Just to show y'all, if you go ahead and switch the position to a shooting guard, you can get different shades, which would be Allen Houston, Devin Vassell, and Anthony Edwards. The name is going to stay the same, but if you change the position, it actually gives you different shades. And if you go ahead and make it a small forward, the shades that we get is Bruce Bowen, Mikal Bridges, and DeMar DeRozan. The lowest weight you can go is 210, so you cannot make this build a power forward. And once you guys go ahead and make your builds, if you guys have the same badge perks as me, this is what I put them on. And then for the floor setters, if you guys have these are permanent, but you know, if you put a badge on a gold floor setter, it will never drop below gold, because this year, if you don't use a certain badge, say Deadeye, that badge isn't popping up a lot, it'll drop all the way down to bronze. But by floor setting it, it will never drop below gold or silver. These are permanent though, so you guys can see I do have Post Spin Technician as one of my floor setters, but I don't know what else to put. And to be honest, a lot of these are already kind of like maxed out. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie to y'all and tell y'all, yo, put on blinders, or because I really don't know what to put on, but I do have Post Spin Technician as one of my floor setters. And then if you guys do have maximum overdrive, which a lot of you guys aren't gonna have, these are the badges that I have on for that. If you guys want to see me use the build every single day, I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/solo_. There'll be a link in the description if you guys want to check it out. Also, if you guys want to see my full drill moves video or jump shot video or any tip videos, I will go ahead and put those links in the description. I'm trying to help you all out the most that I can, so sub up if you guys haven't, turn on post notifications so you guys don't miss another streamer video. If you guys enjoy this video, you'll probably enjoy the video on your screen even more, so go ahead, click it.